Hello all. This is Dr. Shilpi Reddy, Clinical Director, KIMS Cuddles Mother and Child Center, Kondapur, Hyderabad. October. The month of October is dedicated for breast cancer awareness. And this month we're going to exclusively talk about breast cancer because nowadays breast cancer is a major problem in India. And 1st of October till 31st of October it is recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And most developed nations and underdeveloped nations are still struggling with breast cancer. And it is one of the major reasons of morbidity and mortality in women. If you have to talk about breast cancer, usually the incidence of breast cancer is seen in any age group, but more than 40 years of age in women, it is especially a little higher incidence. So usually women with more than 40 years of age are susceptible. And we have seen a shift in age of breast cancer these days. Previously, it used to be in the age group of 50 and 70 years, but now there is a shift of cancer incidence in age group of 30 to 50 years also. And this is really alarming, and the factors influencing it we're going to discuss today. And when it is, the percentage of gynecological cancers, breast cancer comes somewhere between 25 to 30% of cancers in women, they are breast cancers. You can see the number that itself reflects how intense the problem is. And when we have to talk about risk factors, there are several risk factors for women, and nowadays even breast cancer is seen in men also. And though the women incidence is higher, but it is not rare and seen in women in men also. But then when it comes to risk factors in women, there are several risk factors that are more pro to cause breast cancer in women, especially the risk factors like genetic risk factor. Some family member in the paternal or maternal side, be it mother or sister or grandmother or maternal aunt or anything like that. Genetic risk factors are one of the risk factors for having breast cancer in the family. And you just have to be alert, and it doesn't mean that you will have the incidence of breast cancer if some of the family members are positive. So it is only a factor that you need to be aware of and continue your screening and modalities that you can prevent and also early detection. So when it comes to other risk factors, any breast lump, a very long existing breast lump can also be one of the risk factors. Dense fibrous breast tissue can also be one of the risk factors. And if we have to talk about age, as I have told you, usually the incidence of breast cancer nowadays is between 30 and 50 years, but any age group is susceptible. And the incidence of breast cancer in a lower age group, the severity of cancer is also very high, because that is one of the predicting factors for the nature of the disease. And diet which is rich in lot of junk food and lot of carbs and lot of unhealthy fats, and when you are exposed to a lot of alcohol and binging alcohol and a lot of smoking, these are some of the lifestyle factors, including a lot of obesity, which are the risk factors for having breast cancer. And especially when the diet is having a lot of preservatives, fertilizers, chemicals, pesticides, and additive agents, we don't know what is causing cancerous tissue formation in our bodies. So if you have a chance to live life sustainably, avoiding all these foods by natural produce, eat locally, eat fresh, eating homemade, not eating processed food, all these things matter a lot in terms of prevention and in terms of identification of risk factors. And exposure to radiation also is one of the risk factor. People working in CTs and MRIs, and a lot of exposure to X-rays and a lot of exposure to radiation, unwanted radiation can also be a risk factor for causing breast cancer. And high estrogen exposure, you can call high estrogen exposure. How do you have high estrogen exposure? When the menarche, that means attaining of your periods, is very at a very early age, and menopause is at a very late age, your exposure to hormones in such kind of women is very high. So that can also be one of the reason for breast cancer. And nulliparous, I mean not having children, not having been breastfed any of the child, can also be one of the risk factors for breast cancer. And lot of hormonal usage can also be one of the risk factor for breast cancer development. And you should always watch out for some symptoms and signs which are very, very important, like any redness or rashes or puckering of the nipple, or any lump that is suddenly developed and increasing in size, any thickening of the breast tissue that you're feeling, any change in shape, size of the breast, any discharge, abnormal discharge from the nipple, and any pain in the breast or armpit that has developed and it is increasing, and any inverted or puckered nipples, as I have told you, and any change in the position of the size of the breast is also that has to be watched for. And any changes in skin texture, whether it is puckering skin or pulling skin or an orange like appearance of the skin. So these are some things that you should really watch for. Most likely there can be infections, there can be benign lesions, but something that you watch for and evaluate. Definitely you will be at an edge more than just avoiding it. And do not take over the counter medications and kill time. Whenever there is a breast issue, it is always advisable to consult your doctor and engage in a healthy conversation and feel good to ask all doubts about these kind of presentations. And there are certain very important tips for prevention of breast cancer that I wanted to tell you in this video. And they are self breast examination. Anybody, above say 20 years of age, all women should mandatorily do a self breast examination every day in a single month. So you can mark your calendar and say first of every month is your self examination day. So on that day you should examine your breast with the help of your palm on entire palpation and examination of both the breasts in front of a mirror. If you feel anything like a mass, you will feel like this sensation on your palm, which is very, the tactile feeling is very prominent, and any mass or any lump will be seen like this. So it is important that every month of a day you should spend one single day in a month, you should spend examining your both breasts standing in front of a mirror, so that you don't miss any area, and by palpation you can figure out if there are any lumps. This procedure should not be missed for anybody who's above say 20 years of age and continue lifelong. So that is one of the healthiest, inexpensive method to examine yourself. It is very important that you do timely, you do regularly, and maintain a schedule for it so that you don't miss it. And it is one of the cheapest and most effective methods to early detection of any kind of a breast problem. And other tests like ultrasound, when you have a mass or a lump, you can have an ultrasound examination, go to the doctor and get it checked. And for everybody who is above 40 years, I recommend a mammography, a screening mammography, along with your pap smear examinations for cervical cancer, along with an ultrasound examination. You should have a mammography done and checked the texture of the breast and the tissues of the breast, or if there are any problems. Annual mammography examinations do give a significant insight into finding out problems if you have very early. So anybody above 40 years, you should have a mammography examination if you are in doubt. And even if you're not in doubt, mammography examinations are very, very important. And I always talk about diet and eating good, eating nutritious, adding lots of vegetables and fruits and cereals and pulses and all these things into your diet. Vegan diet especially is supposed to be most friendly for prevention of breast cancer. And having a diet which is pesticide and residue free, chemical free, like organic foods and foods which are produced by local methods and natural methods of farming, are really, really helpful. Not only these, when you eat seasonal, eat local, eat closer to your natural habitat and closer to your customs, beliefs, and really religious sentiments, you definitely have an extra added benefit. And eating from your kitchen and not processed foods is very, very important and need of the hour, because nutrition science is one of the important factor behind any kind of disease and well-being. So it is important that you correct your nutrition for prevention of various problems, and also as a treatment for the current existing problems like hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and all these things which contribute to a higher risk of cancers and incidence of breast cancer. So it is very important that you are aware of these things and you include natural foods into your diet, and minimize the amount of eating foods from the packet or eating processed foods. That is really, really important. And when we have to talk about breastfeeding, it is one of the best method to prevent breast cancer. The more number of years you are breastfeeding, the more number of children that you have, and you breastfeed those children, definitely your incidence of breast cancer is very low. So the duration and frequency and intensity of breast feeding is also linked to the incidence of breast cancer. And breastfeeding has an enormous benefit in reducing the incidence of breast cancer, and it is very well established. So as a friendly mechanism for the child and the future of the child, breastfeeding also is good for the mother as well in prevention of breast cancer. And breastfeeding should be promoted. That is why nowadays it is 6 months of maternity leave to give that kind of a comfort to the mother for to exclusively breastfeed for 6 months, and to continue breastfeeding as long as possible, to give that friendly milk for the baby, and also help yourself in prevention of cancers like breast cancer. And it has got many more advantages to women's health, even other than prevention of breast cancer also. And avoiding smoking, avoiding alcohol, staying fit and being away from obesity, and maintaining your BMIs and health is really, really important in prevention of any cancer. And same is the role in breast cancer also. So you have to encourage yourself to stay away from smoking, including passive smoking, stay away from intake of alcohol, binge eating of foods, and away from obesity also. So this is really, really important. And as a tip for prevention, this stays and holds very good. And the other important thing that people do ask, they have so many myths about breast cancer, like is every lump breast cancer? No, it is not. Usually lumps are benign. Usually lumps that acutely form are infective in origin. They are because of infections. So it is important to diagnose what kind of lump it is and to recognize its importance. And if there is a family history, am I going to get cancer? No, it is that important that you have to be watchful, and it doesn't mean that you will get cancer compulsorily. And is breast cancer contagious? People ask me. Absolutely not. It is not contagious. And does mammography spread the incidence of cancer? No, it's a myth. So these are some of the myths that people ask us. And I always tell them that being watchful is important, being careful is important, early detection is important, prevention is always better than cure, and early detection and screening methods have to be inculcated into your into your regime, so that women have to empower themselves in terms of healthy eating habits, healthy living habits, screening of any kind of problems, and go towards screening of all cancers. And mammography is a part of breast cancer screening. Self breast examination is must, and being watchful and being aware of your whole body is important. So this is all about breast cancer, and this entire month is about breast cancer awareness. We will be doing a lot of videos regarding that. Stay fit, stay healthy, stay aware, and empower yourself with medical knowledge that is really useful for you.